Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with Be Creative, and today's video is all about this gal right here. On January 1st, my sister over at Peacecraft Dolls started a series. I think she's calling it a doll a day. And I thought, I might just join in with her. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do a doll a day, but I am going to show my collection. And as you can tell, I've got quite the collection here. I also have Barbie dolls. I've got dolls like this. And I have a lot of Precious Moment dolls. But today I want to focus on her. And this is Coco. She is an AliExpress Blythe doll. In other words, she's not a real Blythe doll. She is like a knockoff, I guess you could call it. And it's kind of controversial in the doll community about the fake Blythe dolls versus the real ones. But I'll be honest with you, as you can see, I've got quite the collection of fake ones. There's a real one right here, and I've got a couple other real ones in my curio cabinet, which eventually I'll be showing you those. But the reason I want to start with this gal is because she was my first Blythe doll, and she is what got me to wanting the real deal. So I'm trying to think how long ago it was. I want to say it was maybe Christmas of, or maybe it was my birthday, 2018-ish, give or take a year or two, that I was introduced to this gal. My sister sent her to me for my birthday. And I thought she was really pretty. When I first saw my sister, really liking these dolls, I was thinking, oh, that's kind of strange. But after I got my own and I saw their big eyes, and anyway, I mean, is she pretty or not? Yes, she's fake, but she's a gorgeous doll. And I named her Coco because I grew up in the Cocoa area in Florida. And I love going to Cocoa Beach. And all my dolls' names up here are beach or tropical themed. So I wanted to stay with that theme always. Anyway, this is Coco. Look at her hair. And there's a lot here. Now, back in the day, when they were first coming out with these, they had better eye chips. In fact, better quality doll altogether, I believe. Of course, isn't that what everything is? Things are not as good quality as they used to be. But anyway, let's look at our eye chips. We have these beautiful blue. We have the side facing, these are actually brown. I think now these dolls like this, they come with like an amber. It's more of an orangey color. I really like the brown though. I don't know why they changed them. And then the green. I love the green. I wish they would have kept the green, but oh well. And then the side gray. Now, do you see anything that most of us don't like? No pink. I don't know when they started those weird pink eyes. But anyway, today I'm going to dress her up. We're in January. She's still got her Halloween on. I'm actually going to put her in this little outfit that my sister also gave me. And I'm going to make her some earrings. So stay tuned for that. Ooh, she looks really good in this. And I could keep her Halloween earrings on, but I already promised that I would make a pair of earrings on this video. The other day, I actually had someone make a comment that she would like to see some more earring making for dolls. She has a hard time, and this may be a lot of you, and I never even really thought about this, but some of you, I think, have a hard time downsizing, which honestly, you don't really necessarily have to downsize. I can wear these earrings. In fact, the earrings I have on now, I would just take these out and put these in. See? Good scale. And So basically, if you can make yourself earrings, you can share them with her. Anyway, let me go pick some beads out. Here's my purple stash of beads. Let's see what we can find here. Oh, you know what would be really pretty? Let me get these out. Sorry about the dinging. I don't know who that would be. I bet it's my sister. We're actually collaborating a little bit for the future. You know, virtual Blythe retreat is going to be here before you know it. Look at these beads. They're little flowers. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe I'll just make some little flowers to hang on her ears. So I'm going to need 2 of those. And I think I'm going to have these little white beads. And I think I'm going to use those. Let's see, I don't want these things rolling all over the place. Which they are. There they go. And I think I'm going to get some bead caps. So I have a whole bunch of bead caps here. Let's see. I could just use spacer beads. Let's see what we have here. I wish I had these smaller because they would really look good, but those are a little too big. You know, I think I'm just going to do... Oh, wait. Daisy spacers. Daisy spacers are great. They kind of give a bead cap feel, but they're just little spacer beads. Here, I'll show you. They almost look like little gears, huh? All right, now I am going to make out of 20 gauge wire, and this is aluminum wire, so it's soft. I am going to make a head pin. And I do need a ruler. Hang on a sec. And I'm going to measure about 3 inches. Sometimes I like to do 4 inches, but I'm going to do 3 inches. You do need some flush cutters. You also need round nose pliers. And I've got flat nose pliers. You can use needle nose pliers or bent nose pliers. Just something to squash the wire, which you'll see what I mean about that in a little bit. So anyway, with your round nose pliers and your 20 gauge wire. And I know this is kind of a weird angle. I normally do it like from overhead. But since I was talking about my doll, I want to leave it on the same platform here. Anyway, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to roll. Until you have like a double loop. Okay, and then once you have that, you're just going to bend this up like so. So it looks like a little putter. And then this is when you add your beads. First I'm going to add the little bead. And then I'm going to kind of finagle that knot so it's flat, okay? You're not going to really be able to see it too well with these beads. See? And then I got my little daisy spacer. And we are going to make a loop for the ear wire. And again, you're going to use your round nose pliers. I just go to the pretty much the very tip of my pliers. And notice I have a little bit of space between the bead and my pliers, because when I bend this down, I'm going to wrap it in that area. And I'm going to do a messy wrap. You can do a neat wrap, but I'm going to do a messy wrap. I'm just going to go all over the place with this. Let's see. Notice how the loop is a little wonky. By the way, I have lots and lots of tutorials over on my Tapping Flamingo, Jewelry Making with Tapping Flamingo channel. I'll leave a link to that channel down in the description box below so you can go check out the videos and look at all the different pieces of jewelry and earrings that I make. And remember, especially with earrings, you're just making yourself a pair of earrings. If you want them smaller, just use smaller beads. If you want them larger, use larger beads. That's really the only difference. Now, when it comes to necklaces and bracelets and stuff like that, you do have to downsize them a little bit. In fact, like with the American Girl dolls, any of the 18-inch dolls, and I do believe the Smart dolls too, an 8-inch bracelet works really well for a necklace for them. So, all right, so I've wrapped it around, and then I took my flat nose pliers and I just tucked that wire in, and I feel around to make sure it's not scratching you. Now, all I need to do is make another one and put these on the ear wires. All right, so I have them made, and now all we have to do is hang them on the ear wires. Now, typically for the dolls, I like to use these. You can use any ear wire. I just have an abundance of these, and honestly, I don't like them on me because they scratch my neck back here, and I don't like that. And also, they tend to fall out of my ear because they're always bumping up against my neck and pushing the wire out of my ear, even though I do squeeze them a little bit. So that's why I don't really like those. But these are really easy to put them on because all you do is thread them through like that, and then you squeeze, and you can use pliers or just squeeze with your fingers. Boom, there it is. And there she is with her new earrings. Oh, those look nice. Let's get them both on her. And then if you wanted to use your pliers, just gently squeeze it like that. There we go. Oh, she looks good. And other jewelry I've made for dolls are my little zipper pulls. She actually has 2 of them on. Is it 2 or maybe 3? Oh, okay. I just hung this. I took the little round circle off, and I hung a shell and have a little charm pull here, zipper pull charm. I did a moon. I actually have a video on, I think, both of these. Anyway, there is my very first, quote, Blythe doll, who introduced me to the world of real Blythe dolls. So you know what? Don't knock these fakies. A lot of us started out with them and wound up with the real ones. So it's kind of a segue into the real Blythe dolls. So what do you think of Blythe dolls in general? Fake or real ones? And do you have them? Do you have an abundance like I do? Thanks for joining me, and y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with Be Creative, signing out for now. Bye-bye.